We didn't start with the idea. We started with finding a problem,
right,
and then backed into an idea.
right.
Once we'd identified the problem. So that's sort of the genesis of the whole project.
Yeah, and how is BOXABL going to solve that?
Great question. There are a few large inventions, and then those large inventions are backed up with lots of smaller inventions. So the big one is that currently folks that try and manufacture in a factory bring old school tools and processes and basically stick build, which is field built, under a roof with hammers and nails and antiquated, really frankly, antiquated materials and processes. And then they build something that's 14 foot wide, which is illegal to ship, and then perhaps are surprised when they can't ship it more than 100 miles or 200 miles. So that's the major problem. So what we identified as one of those aha moments is that most building construction is about 70% empty space. Pretty good. And then the 30% that's left is what we call dollar dense. So it's dollar in equipment like dishwashers and kitchens and bathrooms, and labor as well to install those things. And we said, well, gee, what if we left the dollar dense stuff alone and just built it efficiently in very, very high volume. And the 70% of empty space, why don't we just fold that down? Why don't we just fold that down? So easier said than done, by the way, a lot of engineering. So we folded it down. The magic numbers are quite shocking. Highway legal all around the world, 8.5 foot wide. And then from the tarmac to the roof is 13.5 foot. Okay, but what matters is that 8.5 foot number. And so we pack down to 8.5 feet in about an hour, ship anywhere within our national borders all around the world as the business scales, with no flag cars, no permits, no nothing, no additional cost, just within regular transit infrastructure. And from that 8.5 feet, we unpack to really a staggering 20 feet. From 8.5 feet to 20 feet. So the largest of the building shells that we will eventually make will be 20 foot by 40 foot. And that 40 foot with new materials and processes is a clear span 40 foot with a huge 9.5 foot ceiling and windows and doors that you can cut in without headers, without any additional framing. And that sounds like some pretty good first fundamental principles to build most things most of the time.